Lads, welcome back to Fusion YGO. It is your boy Christian the Havercard Man once again bringing you another scrap profile. But before you click off this video, do you realize this is a very different version from what I played in the past? I have gone back to some of my roots with this strategy, and we are once again playing Chop Shop, which, if you guys don't know what that is, it is a conglomeration of Scrap, Machina, Phantom Knights, and Orcust. This deck is absolutely insane. This is by far the best version of this strategy I've ever played, and I definitely think you guys will really enjoy it. It's easily able to end on several disruptions, plus a floodgate, both back row and front row, so you have more variability and options to be able to stop your opponent. Deck is absolutely insane. So before we get to the profile today, though, guys, if you do enjoy this content, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will be doing a comment tutorial for this video as well, so you guys can see what kind of boards this end on. Because this is no longer just a going second list, this can now be a going first list, which is absolutely insane. I love the amount of flexibility this deck has, the amount of things it can play through, just the amount of stuff it can do overall. Just incredible. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the profile now. I won't waste your guys' time anymore. Alright, and now on to the deck profile, lads. So starting off with our scrap lineup here, I'm going to do this in a similar fashion that I did the Prank Kids profile. If you guys didn't check that out, that'll be up in the corner right up here for you to check out. But anyways, triple Scrap Raptor, pretty mandatory for the deck. Basically, we built this to be as consistent and as able to play through hand traps as possible. So triple Scrap Raptor, triple Recycler, and triple Fridge. I had to bump the Fridge up to 3 because it just, in this build, it's actually so worth it. And then one Scrap Chimera just as an extra target to search off of our Raptor for like a follow-up play, or in case we get hit with like a Lancey or something. There's just situations where it comes up. To help us out with the entire package, we are playing triple Scrapyard, triple Fossil Dig, and then triple Urgent Schedule, and finally triple Machina Redeployment. These are all combo pieces, like these are 1 or 1.5 card combos, with the exception of like Golem and Chimera, that will allow us to get our plays going and do some just insane stuff. Pair with that for our best extender in the deck is triple copies of Scrap Factory plus a Terraforming. Basically, if we can open access to like Recycler and Factory, we're good to go. And there's so many different ways to get this 2-card combo. It's just nuts. So that's it for the scrap package here. The rest of the stuff is like supplemental engines that just help us out a lot. So we'll get into the Machina stuff right now. We are playing the 1 Irradiator, 1 Mega Form, and 1 Metal Cruncher for the Machina combo. You get Irradiator and Mega Form into your hand. You can special summon Metal Cruncher from the deck, and then reveal 3 copies of Scrap Recycler to add 1 to your hand. Then we also are running 1 Citadel, 1 Ruin Force, and 1 Fortress. Fortress helps clean up hands. Ruin Force is just good for extending and being a big freaking body. And then Citadel is just Citadel. Can't go wrong with him. That's it for the Machina lineup. Next up here, though, in the event that we don't open, or that we open a Recycler and the Machina combo, instead of searching Recycler, we can opt to search for the Heavy Freight Train Daracrane. Awesome extender. It's a level 10 Earth machine that'll summon itself, and then, I mean, obviously it's more fodder for Ruin Force, which is awesome. Triple Jizukiru kind of follows the same line, another level 10 machine. The only way you can search this is by popping Urgent Schedule, which is fine. But I mean, it's a kaiju. Clear your opponent's field, gets you more bodies to work with for Ruin Force, which is just awesome. Then 1 Rosenix for our kind of brick machine. And then 1 Zero Day. This is just kind of like random. I didn't really know where else to throw him, but he's part of the Codebreaker package, which Codebreaker's absolutely insane. So that's it for like our kind of Earth Machine, bricky type stuff. All right, now for the Orcust package. I'm currently playing 2 Girsu, 2 World Wand. I'm going to change this once I get the Hulk reprint and a cheaper copy. I'm still looking for my 3rd copy of Girsu, but basically my idea is that Girsu, when Hulk comes back, or like when Hulk gets a reprint and he's cheaper, and I pick up another copy, then Girsu becomes a 1-card Halka Fibrax, which will get me into Scrap combo, and I don't need 2 World Wand. But I'm just playing this for now until I find my 3rd copy of Girsu. I just don't know where it went. Then 1 Symbol Skeleton, 1 Nightmare, and 1 Brass Bombard for our Orcust monsters. Honestly, pretty simple lineup, but very, very powerful, very resourceful. Helps you keep the grind game up in the event that happens, and also to help play through extra disruptions. For our Orcust spell traps, all we're playing is Babel and Crescendo, both at 1. They're good cards. Crescendo, actually, we're mostly using to be able to banish it from the graveyard to search for a follow-up play. That's mostly what we use it for. Babel is our primary search off of Galatea. If we're in a situation where we just want the Omni Negate off of Crescendo, then like we can go for that instead. But that's not usually the case. So that's it for our Orcust package. And then for the last little bit of the deck here, for our last engine anyways, we have our PK stuff. We're running 1 Ancient Cloak, 1 silent boots. These are the only two monsters you need. It gets you double fog blade, gets you an extender, just absolutely insane. And of course, like I was talking about, we were running double fog blade. I've thought about running Shade Brigandine here as well, but a lot of my monsters require effect monsters, so I'll kind of think about it. I also need to find a copy, so we'll get there eventually. For supplemental stuff, we are playing the 3 triple tactics to help us play through hand traps, because once again, that's the biggest point of this deck. All the pile decks right now are running like 16 plus hand traps, so you got to make sure you got a way to play through them when they draw like 2 or 3, and this deck does that very well, and also is really good at breaking boards. So we got 1 World Legacy Succession, part of our combo with Lib. 1 Foolish Burial helps us with Orcust and Scrap plays. Oddly enough, I don't know why I haven't been playing it before, but Foolish Burial is insane. 1 Monster Reborn can easily turn into a Link 4. That's all I gotta say. And then 1 Red Reboot to finish off the main deck here. So, pretty solid main list. You guys have probably seen a lot of this several times before in my previous scrap list, but this is my most updated version. This is Chop Shop, and I think this is probably the best way to play this deck. So, on to the extra. We're playing Double Scrap Wyvern. As always, I'm never going to change this number. Double Scrap Wyvern is just absolutely mandatory. It just gets you all your plays. It's insane. 1 Link Spider to clear up Nibiru tokens, Krishan Rosanek tokens, Gear Suit tokens. Link Spider's just great. I love him. 1 Lib for World Legacy combo to get us the Succession and shuffle away a card on field, which is great. 1 Galatea for our Orcust stuff. 1 IP Masquerena. Kind of debating on cutting Masquerena. It's kind of been underwhelming, but there are some cases in which it does come up just because it uses generic materials. That is quite literally the only reason that Masquerena ever comes up on this deck. The 1 Virus Swordsman, 1 Virus Berserker, just good cards, really helps you build up your Link bodies, and actually the Codebreaker combo is much more useful in the Chop Shop version, thanks to the next card, the Phantom Knights of Rusty Varnish, gets you your double Fog Blade, gets you an extender. Then for the rest of our stuff here, we're running 1 Apollosa, 1 Nightmare Griffin, pretty standard, Floodgate and Monster Negates, can't go wrong there. Apollosa is just awesome, Griffin's really just as cool. Saryuja, if we need help extending our plays. Might swap this back out for a Boral Sword, not 100% sure yet. And then next up, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Helps clear boards, gets you through problems, helps OTK, just absolutely insane. And then 1 Dig Gear Suit to finish off the extra deck here for all of our Orcust plays and shenanigans. So that's it for the main and extra. I'll go and show you guys the side really quick. So for the side deck, we're going to start off with our Monster Hate, double Raigeki, double Dark Ruler. We're not really like too worried about Monster Hate unless we come against like really big heavy negate boards, in which case then we'll kind of worry a little bit. But for the most part, we don't have too much of a problem playing through monsters. It's mostly back row, which is why the rest of our side deck is essentially dedicated to it. We're running triple Twin Twisters, Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Cosmic Cyclone, and an Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched kind of goes for both monsters and back row, but it's mostly for the back row. If you couldn't tell, we just really hate the back row matchup, Eldritch especially. Yeah, Patrick, that's right, I'm looking at you. But basically, this is just a little toolkit to help us deal with just about anything this meta presents, just so we can play through stuff. I mean, if we get Scythe blocked, we can still kind of make plays, at the very least, like, break their board before, you know, we pass back to them and try to do our own thing. So I think that's overall a pretty solid list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm definitely excited to hear your thoughts. I know this is a very quick rapid fire profile today. If you guys want more like in-depth discussion about like my theory on these cards, definitely be sure to check out the previous profiles I've done or stay tuned for our live streams. I'm gonna be playing this deck like all the time now. I played other variants before, but this is of course my favorite variant right now, and I think it's just absolutely insane. I definitely recommend you guys try it out if you ever find the time. You can honestly build this deck for fairly budget with a few key exceptions. Like, you could rearrange enough cards in this deck to make it compatible and cheap. So if you guys want a budget version of this list, I suppose let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. I think it would be a very interesting challenge. Once again, that's all I got for you guys today, lads. Don't forget to stay tuned for the comment tutorial. Once it goes live, I'll put it in the card up here for you guys to go check out. And I will catch you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, good fun. Have luck.